Hi, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got to remember now. Pro tip: turn your soundboard on so that your microphone works. Right? That's why I get the big fancy YouTube studio, because I know how to make crucial decisions like that. Again, you're going to want a lot of your equipment turned on, okay, including camera, your computer, lights. These are all critical moments. This is a how-to. On better than off when doing a live stream. Oh, what's up, everybody? My name is Grab Elwood. You are watching the Political Vigilante live stream. It is Wednesday, November 25th at approximately 7:15 p.m. Pacific Coast time, 10:15 on the East Coast. And I don't know. I want to say 4:15 in Guam. Anybody have a beat on Guam? I believe currently it is 9:15 in the morning in Moscow. Everybody, welcome. Thank you to everybody who joined us who was watching the Jimmy Dore show. Everybody's talking about food for tomorrow's big feast. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We are also streaming live on Rockfin. Hello, Rock Finnegans. How are you? And everybody over the Facebook, welcome. Hit the like button. Free Leonard Peltier, absolutely. It is such a fine line between smart and really dumb. I hope you and your stuffed animals are okay. That's so great. Great way to support the show is do what Andres Torres is doing. Hit that little dollar icon, folks, on the super chat and in the YouTube. If you're watching on Rockfin or Facebook, you're going to have to log into YouTube to do that. If you don't want to, you can also donate to the show. If you go to my Venmo at Graham-Elwood, and if you submit your Venmo-ness there, I will answer your questions on the Venmo. Boom, 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 boom. Happy Thanksgiving Eve if you're in America. But this holiday, a lot of tomorrow. Actually, we're going to call it Indigenous People Day. I mean, I like the concept overall. Get together, have a nice meal, and give thanks for things. That's a fine concept. But the history of Thanksgiving is, of course, not the peaceful one that we were told in school. Very brutal, very horrible. So Andres Torres, shave your knuckles for justice. What do you eat for Thanksgiving? None of your goddamn business. No, I don't know. If I was making like a big dinner for people, which I've done in the past, I've done the tofurkey years ago. When I first became a vegetarian like 20 years ago, I was like, I'm going to try this tofurkey. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I've gotten a field roast in the past, which I liked. I think tomorrow I'm probably just going to do like these vegetarian, like fake chicken nuggets, maybe green beans. I bought a Japanese sweet potato. I don't know what that's like. But if it tastes anything like the justice that is served from my katana, it will be pure and righteous. I was going to get like cranberries, but I was like, I never eat cranberries. I don't eat pie. I don't eat yams. I mean, I don't like eat any of this food normally. So I don't know. But I'm not like having anybody over or anything like that. I'm going to do like a FaceTime video with a friend, couple of friends, actually. I'm going to go surfing. I tell you that much. Weather's nice. I'm going to surf. Give thanks for my surfboard. Give thanks for the waves. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I got a haircut, so I kind of lost the Superman curl. We're going to grow that back in, folks. Lens cap. Artichoke is the answer. All right. Mashed potatoes, I guess. I love those fake chicken nuggets. Yeah, HP sauce, they're wonderful. Yeah, put a little spicy mustard on a fake chicken nugget or a barbecue sauce, a BBQ sauce. Mashed cauliflower all sounds great. But I don't know how to cook all that shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't people are like, Grant, you know, I'm a vegetarian, I'm vegan and all that stuff. That's great. But I cook, I do cook, I know how to cook, but like the majority of my meals I'm just cooking alone, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend to me, cooking a big meal is like it's a social event, right? You have friends over and you cook, and you know, you're BSing in the kitchen while you're cooking, you're throwing out a plate of hors d'oeuvres as people show up, you chit chat, you talk, you're listening to music, and then the meal's ready. That's when I'll like go all out. Just me eating alone, what the fuck, who am I gonna impress? You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess that counts as sad. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Terry Stack, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Terry, I hope you are having a lovely. Thank you for the welcome from Jimmy Dore. Appreciate it. You got it. I appreciate everybody over from the Jimmy Dore Show. Please, 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 if you heard that I was, heard about this live stream from the Jimmy Dore Show, please hit the subscribe button. If we got all of Jimmy's subscribers to subscribe to my channel, even if, so I have just under 73,000 subscribers. Jimmy has 80,000 subscribers, right? So I have less than 10% of his subscribers. If I just got 20% of his subscribers, I'd be 140, 150,000 subscribers. So like all the Jimmy Dore fans that know who I am and like me and all that stuff, all I need you to do, like literally, if I could just grab your hand and just move it to click subscribe, it's free. You know what it means if I can cross 100,000 subscribers? Do you know what that means? How important that is financially, significantly? It also is telling the ruling class and the corporate media, you can't keep me down. You can't keep us indie media folks down. So really, when you're in those chats and Jimmy's show, just a couple, hey, subscribe to Graham Elwood, Political Vigilante. Just that kind of, just because here's what always happens with the Jimmy Dore fans. Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I love when Graham's on the show. Of course. It's just like a thing they forgot, which I get. Like I'm watching YouTube channels. I'm watching a lot of crypto videos. And then like the video end and another one from a different channel pop up and I'll think, oh shit, I forgot to like that video. I forgot to subscribe to that channel because I like what they're doing. So just, if I got just 15 to 20% of Jimmy's subscribers, if they just came over and subscribed to me, it would be massive. That's how Jimmy did it. He got about 10 to 15% of the, or maybe 20% of the TYT subscribers to come over to him. That's how he grew his channel. He was on TYT all the time, right? He was on Aggressive Progressives. He was on the main show. So I'm just saying that stuff helps, man, especially when we're all getting throttled. I was at 73,600 or 700, and then I've lost 1,000 subscribers. I went all the way down to 72,300 subscribers, and I've jumped back up a little bit. So I just want everybody to understand how important that is. So 192 likes, everybody. Let's get the likes up to 200. What's up? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Kate is our moderator. I always watch PV right after TG8. Thank you, Sweet Lou. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody over at coming on over. Kate, our moderator. She's putting up my Venmo. Kate, please shave your knuckles for justice, Kate. If you want to be a part of this show, I need to see glassy, smooth knuckles. My Venmo at Graham-Elwood. Again, that's a great way to support the show. Hey, Graham, I have a question. Are you bisexual? No, I'm not. Always been straight. Dudes never did it for me. Not that there's anything wrong. Obviously, support all. Love is love. I'm totally glad gay marriage is legal. I support LGBTQ, all those times, but I just don't. Yeah, I've got some really good friends of mine that are gay. But like one of an amazing friend of mine, my friend Scott Kennedy, So this comic, we went to Iraq and Afghanistan a bunch. Scott put tours together for comedians to go to Iraq and mainly Iraq, some Afghanistan, but he did something like, he went to Iraq something like 50 times. And Scott Kennedy, look him up, was an awesome guy. He passed away about 7 years ago, which bummed me out. It just like we went to Iraq together 3 times, laughed our asses off. I knew Scott for like 20 years, great dude. He was gay, and he was gay entertaining the military before he could legally get married. He was entertaining a military in a country that wouldn't allow him to get married. And he died in 2013, and gay marriage, the Marriage Equality Act, was passed in 2014. And another comic, mutual friend of ours, was also gay. And I think they dated, like texted me on that day when that happened and was like, this is awesome. I wish Scott was alive to see this. And was like, yeah. So nope, not bisexual. And I remember Scott would joke with me, be like, you sure, Graham? Like he'd joke about, maybe you're ready to flip. I'd be like, dude, I've been playing sports since I was 12. I've been in men's locker rooms since I was 12, 13. I think by now I've seen enough naked dudes. By now I would have gone, hey, maybe. I think by now I would have, but I could go. That guy's in good shape. That guy looks good. That guy. I'm always flattered when gay men hit on me. Always been flattered. I'm never like, would you? I'm not like insecure. I'm always like, thank you so much. You know, Ron Placone and I were walking through West Hollywood last year to see this band Fire Tiger, which is, they're such a fun band. They're an 80s metal band. They're not a tribute band. They don't do covers. They write their own music, but in the style of 80s metal. And they're progressives. Like, they watch the show. Oh, it's another thing I miss about when the shutdown. Oh, God. Before the shutdown, they would come to our shows. We went to see them at the Whiskey in Hollywood. We spent New Year's Eve with them. They're this couple, and they're just like, they're fun. And like, we just had such a blast, like all of us hanging out, and they came to our shows and they loved our politics and we loved their music. And Ron and I went to go see them in the Whiskey, which is in West Hollywood. And on the way back, it was like kind of a later show. We were walking back and West Hollywood, walking by all these bars. West Hollywood is like gay Mecca. Like, and I get it. I get, like, if I was a young gay man living in some place where they, you know, some repressive small town where they're like, oh, gays are the devil's business, I'd be like, I'm out of here, man. And I remember walking through, and this younger guy, attractive young guy, was like, how you doing? And I was like, I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. And I turned around. I was like, Ron, I still got it, man. Everybody likes vegan guns, kids. Vegan guns. You can put rainbow flags on these just like the Democrats do with their drones. But anyway, this holiday blows. Yes, it does blow. I'll never know if Graham saw the image of my stuffed animals I put on his Twitter. Oh, I didn't see that. Let me check that out. What's your Twitter handle, Nicole? Is it the same as, is it Nicole? Yeah, that was so fun. The last, the last government secrets we talked about was, I just love doing that show with Lee. We just laugh our asses off. He's so funny. We just riff and make each other laugh. So fantastic. What's your Twitter handle? Anyway. With an ohm and a hatchet on the wall? Oh, shit. I think I did see that. Yeah, you're called like Socialist Hippie Chick or something like that. Is that your handle? Because then you're like, I laughed my ass off. But then you like put another tweet like, but not, I don't want you to think I was laughing at the. Oh, where is it? Several people, you'll have your stuffed animals. Because last night I was just feeling really bummed. I was watching this documentary about this band. And I just was like, oh, just feeling really depressed about not performing. Charmed and Dangerous, is that you? I think that's you. Yes, I did see that. Your whole thread. Me and my stuffed animals and my kitties were rolling rolling on the floor, laughing our asses off at this episode. Why the U.S. invades, torture props, and ass and furious government secrets. And then you wrote, but to be clear, since we aren't a bunch of ignorant, giggling fools, we stopped laughing about the part where Lee Camping spoke of as sort of, yeah. But that's what government secrets is all about for Lee and I, and for the audience, hopefully, is that we're talking about all this really brutal stuff, and we have to find some jokes in there. We have to just joke with each other about what's going on in our lives or whatever. But yeah. It is Indigenous Peoples Day. Right on. Hello from Indiana. Hello. All right, let's see. Brogressive, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, you got to pardon the National Tofurkey officially. Set it free. Trump so did not care about that pardoning thing. All right, Corn, I pardon you. He just didn't. I was thinking, like, if I was president and I was, vegan, I'd be like, I'm pardoning them all of them. I'm pardoning all the turkeys this year. That'd be so great. What's worse in your opinion, the NDAA or the Patriot Act? Oh God, that's a tough one. Probably Patriot Act. Probably Patriot Act. If yeah. To be honest, I would say the Patriot Act. Victor dealing away. Shaver Douglas for Justice. Thank you so much, Victor, for supporting the show. Folks, please hit the like button. All those likes and analytics help. We have 245 likes, right? Oh, I missed a couple. God, I missed a bunch. Sorry. Big Baby Zuba, shave your knuckles for justice. Trump got cheated. They did him Tim Canova style. Yeah, I've talked about this. I'm sure the Democrats cheated. The Republicans cheated. But let's not lose our eye on the prize. This, like, was who's Biden? Biden versus Trump, cheated, blah, blah. They're just trying to milk the election crap, which is more distraction. Shit. It is, I tell you, divide, distract, right? They want to keep us divided, distracted, and afraid. So that's what they're pushing. I'm not saying the allegations up against the Democratic Party are valid, or there's plenty against the Republicans as well. But I'm saying our whole system is corrupt, and be careful of big distractions. I've always said this on the show. Be careful of big distractions. No, I didn't vote for Biden. I don't like Biden. I don't like Biden or Trump, but be careful of big distractions, because while we're fighting, Trump won't concede, and Biden said this, and the Trump people, Giuliani, said that. What evil shit are they doing behind closed doors? What are both parties agreeing on right now? Hey, Trump, keep not conceding so we can get an invasion plan for Iran ready. You know what I'm saying? I got a story on that. Hold on. I got to get that. Yeah, here says that Barber Deber. To be clear, take control, Gotham. Take control of your city. Rose, everyone's posting pictures of their stuffed animals after that episode, which I think is wonderful. Which is wonderful. I want to find this article. Hold on. I was working on several stories. No, that is not the story we want. That is not what we want for you. Shit. All right, I'll find it. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. We've got a seg, but I gotta build real quick. I forgot to do it because I was busy making tofurkey for 10,000 people. No, I didn't. Actually, today a friend of mine moved, and oh shit.
Mixed emotions today at Dallas's biggest food.
Hold on. Yeah, a friend of mine moved today and or yesterday, and so he gave him and his. It was kind of a short, kind of a last minute move. They were like, oh, we got to move, and they gave me a bunch of like pasta and all this stuff. So I took most of it. I kept a couple of things, but I took most of it to a couple different food banks today, which was really cool. Boo, 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 boo. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe. There's a lot of great free ways to support the show. If you are watching on YouTube, watch my video clips, watch the ads all the way through. When you click skip ad, I do not get paid. And then all that stuff, sharing the videos and likes, all that stuff really, really counts. I know there's some people money's tight. So these are I always like to tell people like all the little things you can do for free that help support the show, and sharing the videos, because I go live like 4 or 5 nights a week, and then I drop like usually 2 or 3 clips the next day. So when you watch those videos and like them and share them out, all that stuff helps. So it's important stuff. So, and then like Rockfin is another cool platform, and Rockfin is free to sign up. And all my videos that are on YouTube are also all on Rockfin, and they're ad free on Rockfin. And Rockfin then also has a premium tier where you get all my bonus content, and it's $10 a month, but it's everyone on Rockfin's premium content. Convo Couch, Grant Placone, Nico House, Kim Iverson, Whitney Webb, Jimmy Dore, Lee Camp is going to start posting, Dave Anthony from the Dollop, Richard Medhurst, who we've had on the show, Jason Burmis, who we've had on the show. So you get a lot of stuff for that $10. What is going on, citizens? It's a little bit funny. Hold on, folks. Hold on. So I was thinking about doing like a cooking show tomorrow, but you know, I don't really cook. I mean, I kind of can, but I don't know. There's some big like, so I don't know. I wish I could live stream. I know I got this new GoPro for my surfboard, and I know you can live stream from a GoPro, but I think you have to have your phone there. So I don't know how to like live stream out like away from an internet connection. Because if I could live stream on my surfboard, how sweet would that be? How sweet would that be? Yeah, come on.
I come to you.
Oh, boo, boo, boo. I'm going to find it real quick. No.
We turn now to that.
No. I'm going to find this segment. I'm going to find it.
Smedley.
There it is. I got it. I got to keep all the videos that I like going back to like in one place. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been doing the show 4 years. Come on. Come on, robot. Come on, robot. And then these. And then these are for everyone. All right, folks. Oh, now we've got 2 fun, regular rock and roll segments. It's so exciting when you see it. You're all live, right? New Year's Eve stream. I don't know about that. GDNPB, shave your knuckles for justice. If you look at the vote charts, it is clear the election was stolen 2 to 4 a.m. We need to be honest about that to get it fixed. If we ever want our People's Party to succeed, we need clean elections. Well, yeah, sure. If we want the People's Party to succeed, yeah, but it's that's a valid point. But one of the things the People's Party is going to need to do is run on an election reform platform, because these 2 political parties that run everything, they're not going to just give up control of the election system. The 2 parties control the election system. How messed up is that? So, I mean, I agree with you, but so I don't know. But it's gonna have to take some other tactics than just, because calling out election for, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do it, because it just seems like more distractions to me. Big Baby Zuba, shave your knuckles for justice. What's that noise? Boom, boom, the vegan gun show. You got that right, kid. Are you I'm giving thanks for my vegan guns. Oh yeah. What is the viewer age demographic like for this channel? It is literally from 18 to 65 and over. There's the demographic is, the 2 biggest demographics are like in their 30s through 50s. I mean, those 2 whatever those 2 demographics are. But it's really all over the map, because people of all ages and genders and ethnicities, and everyone's waking up. I just tried to send a super chat saying subscribe because YouTube is suppressing progressive voices, and it wouldn't let me. It's so brutal. I'll keep checking Venmo, but it's just like they're throttling our show, unsubscribing people, making it hard for people to donate to the show with super chats. It's so frustrating. Mary Julie K, shaving knuckles for justice. Mary, thank you for supporting the show. She did it through Venmo at Graham-Elwood. Dear Graham, you are a very skilled comedian. You always make me laugh. Thank you so much. You're a hard worker. Thank you. Remember, it's important to cook a healthy meal, even if it's just for you. We made lentil loaf and smoky cauliflower soup. I wish I could give you some. Oh, that sounds so good. Let me tell you this. I should have clarified. It's not that I don't cook myself healthy meals. I cook healthy meals. They're just not elaborate. You know what I mean? It's just like, I heated up some of these like veggie nuggets last night and a little side of rice and a salad, but like the most basic, boring salad ever, but all healthy, right? It's just going into some elaborate thing where you got to cook this and make that and bake it, and it's going to take 40 minutes. No way, man. I just don't have the patience for that. I eat very healthy. I just don't make elaborate meals for myself. If I was cooking for other people, or even just an other person, like times I've been in serious relationships, that was one of the things I loved about having a girlfriend or a wife, was like we would make these cool meals together, and you talk in the kitchen and you eat and then boom and you get excited. And so I do eat healthy. Thank you though. I would like to try that too. What do you think will be the first major crisis to hit the incoming administration in late January? Economic collapse. Economic collapse. No two ways about it. If it doesn't happen before January 20th, which it probably will happen right around that time, might happen before, but I think it'll probably take till February for it to really take hold. But you've got all of these factors coming. You've got the unemployment ending December 26th. You've got the moratorium on evictions ending January 1st. So that opens the floodgates for all of the evictions, the 28 to 30 million evictions that we've been talking about on the show since the last couple months. Then you've got, because COVID keeps spiking and spiking and spiking, and all of these cities and states are having to do more drastic lockdown measures. In addition to people don't have money, because we've probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30% unemployment. The Christmas buying season is a big thing for the economy, right? Well, it's going to be bad. It's not going to be a good buying season because people don't have a lot of money. Retail stores are going to be really hit hard because there's going to be all these, can they be open? Whatever. People are going to have a hard time. Like in Los Angeles, they went back to saying restaurants couldn't serve people, even if it's outdoors, which I think might be a little drastic personally. I mean, I'm not an anti-masker. I believe in the science of this. It sounds like more cases are traced to actually just people having get-togethers in their own home than it is from restaurants serving people outside. But anyway, that's happening in LA, whether you agree with it or not. That's happening in LA. There's a curfew starting in LA. They're going to try to do it for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's going to hurt businesses. And even if everything kind of open, let's say they get the numbers down in the next 2-3 weeks, and then right before the holiday, Christmas and New Year's, they try to open up a little bit. It's still going to be, the numbers coming out of the holiday season are going to be bad. It's going to affect the markets. At some point, the dollar is going to collapse. So that's what's going to hit Biden first. And we have no stimulus plan because we have two utterly corrupt parties, and we got people who are just awful people. Like Nancy Pelosi is just a horrible person. So is Mitch McConnell. They're all bags of shit, but she could have given us a stimulus plan, but didn't want to do one before the election because Trump might take credit for it. So rather than help the American people, this stupid two-party system, right, is so awful. The American people constantly get screwed. So that's what's going to be. Yeah. And all the things that have just been set in motion by shutting down the world's economy for months, starting last March because of the pandemic. Yeah, it's going to be late January or February. Mid-January at the earliest, but probably beginning February. Probably after the first week in February, after another month of people now being able, they have no eviction protection. That's going to end all this time of not much stimulus. Like even you get unemployment now, some states are giving you unemployment, but there's no extra pandemic money on top of it. So like, let's say you were getting $150, $200 a week plus the $600 pandemic. Well, that's livable. You can work with that. And they cut it down to $400, $300 in states like California, because California is like, we don't have the extra $100 to give it. Then that $300 ended. So, okay, let's say you're getting whatever, $200 a week. Okay. That's fine if you live in an area where rent is cheap, but if you live in any type of a big city, and rents are coming down in big cities because everyone's leaving them, but it's just bad. It's the economic collapse is going to be the big thing that Biden's going to have to deal with. Or that monolith they found in the desert that's going to a beacon for his alien attack. Anyway, a lot of things. You're mixing me up with another hot broad. Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nicole. I don't know what your Twitter, which Twitter one you're talking about. Sorry. No, I do not have a new car yet. I'm driving a rental car that the other person's insurance is paying for. So, I got a call Monday from the appraiser saying we're going to do the final appraisal on your car. I had to submit all these photos through this app or whatever. And they're like, it looks like your car might be totaled, but we're not sure yet. And he said, we'll have numbers for you by probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And I was like, no, you won't. You're not going to get this done before Thanksgiving. So, it's the day the work day is over. So I'm not going to hear this appraisal thing till Monday, probably. And then if my car is fully totaled, like it's still kind of drivable, but I drove it twice and I was like, this ain't safe to drive. Who knows what damage is inside of it. So they're probably going to come back and say the repairs are going to cost more than the car's worth. So then when that happens, they're just going to give me a check and take my car for scrap. And then, I got to figure out. It's all good, man. It's all good. No one went to the hospital. It could have been awful. The person who hit me, thankfully they have insurance, so their insurance is covering it. If the what they come back amount isn't what then I maybe my insurance. Anyway, it's a little bit of a headache, but I mean, I'm grateful I'm healthy. I'm grateful I didn't get hit. I'm not in the hospital. I'm grateful that she has insurance. I'm grateful I've got insurance. I've got a rental car that they're paying for. So it's all good, man. Weather's nice. I can surf. It's all good. I don't know what I'm in this car was, but we'll figure it out. Jimmy had a great proposal today to have 15 Dems not vote for Pelosi in January if she does not put Medicare for all. That's a great thing. I saw that segment, man. Call these people. Classic coup and game show announcer's voice. One of the CIA's best coups is Iran. Democratically elected Mossadegh was ousted after he made the egregious error of saying he was going to nationalize oil for the citizens of Iran to get money from their own resources. Exactly what the state of Alaska did when it built its pipeline. But thankfully, the CIA got rid of him to put in awful, brutal dictator, the Shah of Iran, who tortured a young man's parents, and that young man became to be the Ayatollah. So thanks to the CIA, we helped create Islamic fundamentalism that caused the Iranian hostage crisis. Thank you, CIA. We're grateful for you destroying the world one blowback collateral damage coup at a time. There you go. It's a little bit funny. Hold on. Oh, I forgot this one. Lynn, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Happy Thanksgiving, Graham. And a happy Thanksgiving to you, ladies and gentlemen. And a happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Big Baby Zubas, boom. Graham, even though the NFL is rigged, go Lions, right? Watch some football. Come on. Jim Garrison, Jimmy. Thank you for supporting the show. Shave your knuckles for justice, Jim. A cookbook for one. Vegan cookbook idea? Ooh. Yeah. I'll do that. Matt S. Shaving Knuckles with Justice. Matt, how you doing, brother? Your pre-segment filibuster musings and singing is top tier, Graham. Filibuster. 306 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get those likes up there, everybody. Harry C. Smith. Harry, give thanks to vegan guns. Theory. Trump team changed millions of votes from Biden to Trump. That's why they were so cocky, so stunned, and they lost. So sure, voter fraud was real. This explains why all polls were off by 10%. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't. It's like they're just like in the 1960 election, there was a thing that like the Nixon people were like kind of joked after that election. It was a very close election, Nixon and JFK in 1960. Like, what are we supposed to do? Accuse JFK of cheating better than we did? Because he did. I wouldn't doubt that too. If the Trump team cheated and then Biden team cheated better than them, and they're like, what? We had this in the bag because we cheated. Same with Hillary. Awful. Dan L. Values. Danny Values. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Rotate them for truth. Did you ever run into the artist in Santa Monica? Good friend of mine. No, I never did. Sorry about that. Karen Murphy. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Vegan guns. How? I needed grass-fed beef. Boom, boom, boom. Nanny B, what's up, Nanny B? How you doing, sweetie? Thank you for joining us today and supporting our program. Did you see the Nina Tulsi interview? Oh no, everyone keeps telling me about that. I haven't seen it. I really want to watch it. I haven't. I'm scared to be disappointed. Yeah, there's that. So you watch it for me and tell me if she held her own on foreign policy. I absolutely will. I wish I was conducting an interview with the two of them. My first question would be, when are the two of you going to leave the Democratic Party and join the People's Party and make real change happen? And when they go, well, I go, come on. Like, you're two badasses. You could kick so much ass. Go do it. Get out of this corrupt party. Nina and Tulsi, get out of the Democratic Party. You cannot fix that party from within. That's what I would say. I'm sure they watch this show. Mountain Jam, Shaving Knuckles with Justice. Did you see Jamal Bowman get kicked off CNN? No, but I heard. I'm sure it was fantastic. Nancy Pelosi, the ice cream Marie Antoinette. Absolutely. Karen, watch Game Changers. Your answers are there. Yeah, Game Changers is a good doc about going vegan. And there's all these like top tier athletes that do it. So long food lines in Texas. Oh, there's long food lines everywhere, man. Brutal. Watching you all the way over here in Bonnie, Scotland. Graham, love your shows. Keep up the great work. You got it, Jim. Thanks for watching, man. It's so cool seeing people watch the show from all over the world. It is so, so cool. I just love it. Yeah, there's a San Antonio Food Line video. There's no food videos out there that are short. I put one on Instagram of this food bank in downtown LA, whereas people literally lined up around an entire city block in Los Angeles. One of those big ones that's like a full mile long. Unreal. Yes, somebody's wheel fell off and drove into Graham's car. Yeah, I'm safe. Everybody's safe. It's all good. Now we're just dealing with the insurance stuff. What up from Santa Cruz? El Paso, Corona hotspot. Convicts getting paid to load body bags. Jesus Christ. You have a good point. You're making Gotham great again. Has anyone seen the Caitlin Johnson's new article on how to debunking as saying he smears? She gives point by point advice. It's helpful on how to debunk Assange smears. Oh, great. No, Caitlin Johnson's awesome. She's so fantastic. Yeah, I have not seen that, but that's a great thing to read. And then have that in your back pocket when anyone's like, oh, but Assange did fill in the blank bullshit, CIA talking point. You got something. That's great. I did have an EV. I had a Nissan Leaf and I got smashed. Now I'm driving a gas car, which is just like my rental car's gas. I was like, all right, whatever. Anna Jackson. I am for real. Did you see The View when they talked about how Bernie's policies, Medicare for all, were so good? Some commentators were happy that they were finally acknowledging it. Now they like his policies after the ship left. BS, of course. And this is that. What that is these are millionaires on The View, and it's more professional wrestling. Oh, there's a conservative on The View and liberal. They're all wealthy millionaires, right? What that is, Bernie had some good policies. After they smeared him and lied and said all this bullshit, it's more tactics to keep progressives drinking the Kool-Aid that you can pull the Democratic Party to the left. This is a coordinated attack. Don't fall for it. When you hear The View say those things, don't fall for it. Get out of the Democratic Party. It's impossible to change that party. They're saying that because they don't want all these progressives to leave. Right? This is The View. Remember The View now. Remember who they are, what they've done. Right? So now, oh boy, we need Medicare for all. Like, the hell with that show. To hell with all corporate media, especially the entertainment ones. Stephen Colbert, he's a joke now. He's a joke. I used to respect that guy. He's a joke now. The View? As a comic, I used to respect Whoopi. I can't. What? Bunch of rich ladies on this panel talking about how great it is to be rich. Oh, now they like Medicare for all after it's too late. We could have had Bernie in the White House and now we got this. Come on. It's just to say, hey, progressives, all those people that I voted for Bernie, but then I voted for Biden, and who really think Biden, you can pull him to the left. It'll never happen. You will never do it. It'll never happen. It'll never, ever, ever happen. But they're putting bullshit out there like this. So you think, yeah, we can do this. Never happen. Good luck. JFK never cheated. Amen. I'm glad JFK was president and it was a big deal. And I quote him a lot, but he had Sam Giancana stuffing ballot boxes and dead people voting in Chicago. And Nixon was stuffing ballot boxes in the South. That's just how it was done. Double check that you're subscribed. Kate brings up a very, very good point. I think I will eat slightly burned pie simply because I love pie. Yes, that Nina Tulsi interview was lit. I was so inspired. Okay, cool. R.I.P. Diego Maradona. Yeah, he was great. Vegan mayo recipe: 2 cups sunflower oil, 1 cup soy milk, lots of salt, onion and garlic powder, any herbs, little splash, vinegar, blend it together. Yeehaw, baby. Okay. Dem exit for sure. Yes, the system is broken beyond repair. All this I just like Greens just need money and grassroots support. Yeah. Boo, 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 boo. Maria Rinaldi. Ciao, Graham. Ciao, Maria. Que bella. I don't know a lot of Italian. I know Portuguese, and I know they kind of overlap. I was about to say, io ci amo, which is I love you in Portuguese. I think it's probably similar in Italian, right? Io ci amo. Oh, mi amor. God. When you date a woman that's from one of those countries that speaks one of those languages and she calls you mi amor, it's like, oh, it just melts you. That accent. Oh, mi amor. Yeah, I know, baby. I'm your love. Let's do it. Yeah, Keith Olbermann used to be good. Then he became a Russiagator. Oof. You see good people get taken down by the journalism, by the reverse, like they came to a conclusion and then worked backwards to, right? They just couldn't handle Trump winning. They just couldn't handle, they lost their critical thinking skills. It's like when Sean Hannity and those types just went insane. They lost their critical thinking skills when a black man with a Muslim name became president. They just couldn't, they went nuts. And their criticisms of Obama were insane. They weren't even the good ones. They weren't like, oh, he's dropping too many bombs or he bailed out the banks and didn't help people and let foreclosures happen. It was, no, he had a long form birth certificate. He's from Nigeria. No, he's dropping more bombs than Bush. He didn't fix our infrastructure. He just ruined the infrastructure of the Middle East. Like he didn't put Americans he didn't have a jobs program. He didn't clean the Flint, Michigan. That's not the. If it ain't organic, it ain't worth eating. Obrigado. Hey, Lino. Obrigado por nada. Tudo bem, hey, Lino? Tudo bem? Big Baby Zubas, The View had John Bolton on. Oh, God. Enough said. What a joke. Yeah, they have John Bolton on their show and let him just lie about how great war is. Oh, it's just that fake. Oh, it's a liberal show. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's corporate, which means it's pro-war, it's pro-banking, it's pro-big pharmaceuticals, it's pro-bullshit. Let's do a segment, kids. Let's cut the nonsense. Been a lot of yapping here by me. I'm going to try the water, Flint, Michigan. No, you didn't. I actually drank it. I do not speak Italian. I speak Portuguese. Eu falo português pouco. Boa noite e bem-vindo. Eu, Graham Elwood, sou political vigilante. Eu quero falar sobre Medicare for All. Alan Dershowitz on The View. Yep, another Epstein rapist. Maggot-ridden. Miss Callie Puff Adderall. Hello, everybody on The Rock. Hello, everybody on the Facebook. All right, let's do it. Hold on. I got to get this segment ready. Would I ever do Dancing with the Stars? Yeah, that'd be fun to do. I'd do that show. I would do that. I would do that show. Whip, 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 whip. Hello, everybody. My name is Grant Melwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Boom! A graphic comes up. That must mean I'm a professional, folks. I'm not just some YouTube comedian in his apartment talking about his vegan guns because he surfs a lot and does yoga. Huh? Anderson Cooper have those? Nope, because he's weak. The insanity of the world we live in never ceases to amaze me. So you remember when Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize before he even really became president? And then once he got that, he took us from 2 wars to 7, dropped more bombs than Bush. Well, now the Nobel Committee isn't even like plan. Now they're not even going to like pretend. Now they're just like, hey, well, let's give war criminals the Nobel Peace Prize. You're reading this correctly. This is taken from The Hill. Today, Israeli military instruct. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Shh. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on. I fucked that up. I had the wrong segment. Oh, sorry. You guys, when you come to the live stream, you get to see like outtakes. You get to see all this stuff. What the hell's on my face? Jesus. A bug on the face is a pretty creepy thing. It's a pretty creepy thing. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, you're in love. Bells go ring, tippy tippy ding, like a gay Cinderella. Lucky fella. Hearts will sway, tippy tippy day, tippy tippy day. Here we go. Here we go. Boo 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 boo. This is the story I wanted to do. All right, here we go. Hello, citizens of Gotham. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. You came here because you want to make Gotham great again. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm some Batman fan, Trumper? No. It's mocking the "Make America Great Again" statement, but also I grew up watching Batman. I love Batman. Grew up reading the Batman comic book, the Dark Knight graphic novels in the 80s. I loved The Killing Joke, and I love the Christopher Nolan Batman. So when I say make Gotham great again, what that means is Gotham is a fictional city, but it's a really corrupt city, right? There's in the DC universe, there's Metropolis, which is where Superman lives, just a little more glitzy, a little more shiny. And then there's Gotham, which is really corrupt. I think personally, in my opinion, Gotham was modeled after Chicago. Metropolis was modeled after New York. I know the cities of New York and Chicago exist in the DC universe. Let's not have a nerd conversation in the comment section. But when I say make Gotham great again, I'm talking about let's just get rid of all the corruption, all the nonsense, all the lies, right? I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden. I think both parties are utterly corrupt. And you're seeing the corruption as you watch the show. If you're new to this show, or you've been watching here for a while, you're seeing that we're just really unraveling all of the corruption that's around the world. And it starts with stuff like, remember when Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize just for becoming president? And then after he was sworn in, he literally dropped more bombs than Bush. He took us from 2 wars to 7. I used to think like, oh man, I'd love to win a Nobel Peace Prize. I'd like to invent something that really helped the world, like save the world. You know what I mean? Like you cure cancer, or you come up with some sustainable energy that gets the whole world off of fossil fuels and reverses climate change, and the planet doesn't go extinct, right? Or the human race doesn't go extinct. Now they're just like, I mean, who bought out the Nobel Prize? Did Boeing do it? Because guess who the two new nominees are? Netanyahu and the UAE leader nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. This is submitted by Eric Husseau. Great way to support the show is do what Eric's done. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, where you can submit stories like this. You get bonus content for as little as $5 or $2 a month. So wait, Netanyahu and the UAE. Wow. I mean, who is... Who's over there? Who's over there at the Nobel? Who's gone over there? Nobel? Raytheon, Northrop Grumman. Who do they got over there? Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said Tuesday that he and Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed have been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. They're starting to work peace together, and you might say, "Well, Graham, that's a good thing." Okay, sure. Israel and one of the Arab countries figuring out peace. That's good. And that should be, that should be encouraged. But in the Nobel Peace, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got the Nobel Peace Prize. He never dropped a bomb on anybody. That's the kind of people that get it. Like, I think, didn't Jonas Salk get it for finding the vaccine to cure polio? I don't know if he did or not, but I know Dr. King did. Dr. King was about peaceful, nonviolent resistance. Dr. King talked about democratic socialism and ending wars. And now Netanyahu gets one? Pursuant to the rules of the Nobel Prize Committee, since Lord Trimble, he's on the committee, he was in Northern Ireland. He got the Nobel Prize for negotiating peace between Northern Ireland, and all the troubles in Ireland in the 70s. Okay, that's valid. There was a pre-existing thing, and he helped negotiate peace. But I don't think Trimble was like negotiating peace. Imagine if he was like negotiating peace between the IRA and the British government, but he was bombing France or he was bombing Scotland or something like that, because that's what the equivalent of this is. His decision to submit Prime Minister Netanyahu's candidacy will lead to the committee. So it's not a done deal, but like, this is why I have such a problem with this. Okay, great. Netanyahu's trying to broker peace with the UAE. Great. What's he doing? Oh, he's still bombing. He continues to bomb the Gaza Strip. And I'm sorry. This traditionally is like, oh, you're anti-Semitic. No, I'm not. Being critical of a right-wing Netanyahu Israeli government is not anti-Semitic at all. I don't like when I'm against America bombing all these countries. Does that mean I hate America? No, I hate the American empire. Oh, Graham, you just want Israel to get wiped out? Never said that. Never said that. They don't have the right to just do this. And there's Israelis who are against this. There's ex-Israeli soldiers who have said this ain't right. The way we're indoctrinated to just hate the Palestinians and treat them as second-class citizens. Israeli soldiers are saying this. So if they're saying this, what are you going to call them? You're going to call them anti-Semitic? What are you going to call them? Self-hating Jews? No, you're going to call them soldiers who got a conscience, because a lot of soldiers sign up for war for noble reasons. American soldiers, I'm going to go fight terrorism. And they went over and they said, wait a minute, I did awful things. Like people like Mike Preisner, who said he went over to Iraq as a patriot and came back anti-war because he saw the war machine. Because this is the other thing, the Nobel Committee. I mean, are you aware that since the UAE and Israel have been like talking peace, does it get factored in that then the bombings have continued? Yeah, you're reading that correctly. Let's read it together, kids. Palestinians have been bombed every day since UAE-Israel normalization. This is from August 21st of this year. Oh, these two get together. Great. Well, let's ramp up the bombing on Palestinians. How do you give that guy a Nobel Peace Prize? Who else gets one? Who else gets one? Yeah, this is awful. Are you just tone deaf? The Nobel Committee, are you just tone deaf? Or is this part of the like, what? I mean, we know AIPAC spends a lot of money mainly on Democratic candidates. AIPAC is to the Democratic Party what the NRA is to the Republicans. The Republican, no Republican will come talk about gun reform. They just know they'll lose all this NRA backing. And that's why no Democrat is going to talk about BDS. AIPAC will come down hard on you. This ain't right. You don't get a peace prize for this. Okay, good. You're trying to work with UAE, but then you don't, this is not peace. I don't know. Does the Nobel Prize understand like dropping a bomb? I'm pretty sure it's not a peaceful act to bomb somebody. Who else? The officers that killed George Floyd, did they get a peace prize? Because that's the same argument, right? That's the same argument. But these cops have done good things. You know, they rescued someone from a fire. They stopped somebody from getting abused. They took a kid out of an abusive home. Okay, that doesn't mean he gets to put his knee on the neck of somebody. They don't get to shoot an unarmed black man in the back like what they did to Jacob Blake. But cops do good things. Okay, thanks for doing the good things. That's your job as a cop. You don't get the Nobel Peace Prize because you drop bombs. But you know who else should get one then, in all fairness? Bane. Bane should get one from The Dark Knight Rises. You know, yeah, he blew up that football stadium, but his goal was to call out the corruption. He brought peace. Take control, Gotham. Take control of your city. This is the scene where I can't show you the footage because I'll get a copyright strike, but this is the scene where after he blows up the football stadium in Dark Knight Rises, he then has a nuclear bomb that he's like, I'm going to detonate unless you do about this. And he turns Gotham into just mayhem. Is that peaceful? Because we should start a Bane gets the Nobel Peace Prize. If Netanyahu's going to get one, Bane should get one. You don't get a Nobel Peace Prize for dropping bombs. Nobody gets a Nobel Peace Prize for dropping bombs. If Obama got into office and said no more drone strike, no more bombs, pulled us out of Iraq and Afghanistan like he said he was going to do, then he should have gotten one after it. And here we are going, see what Obama did, man? 12 years later, we're not spending all this money on the war on terror. Our infrastructure is amazing. We're reversing climate change. That's Obama. Yeah, he should get the Nobel Prize. He didn't do any of those things. He dropped more bombs. He got more spending for the military. Netanyahu has ruled the Palestinians with an iron fist. So you don't get the Nobel Peace Prize. And neither does Bane, a fictional Batman villain. You think the darkness is your ally? I was born in it, molded by it. Thanks for making Gotham great again, folks. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. What's up? What's up, citizens? 90% civilian casualties from his drones. Yeah, you got that right. 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 Christopher Dobby, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Check the story. Check the backstory of the Nobel Economics Prize. Oh, I'm sure it's corrupt. I'm sure it's corrupt. Kinky 2, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Seen the Netflix Social Dilemma propaganda? I have not seen Social Dilemma, but what I hear, it is not propaganda. And basically the movie ends saying the end game of all this social engineering and social media putting us in these silos. So if you say whatever, you're conservative, you're only going to get stuff saying conservative stuff, oh, Black Lives Matter is attacking you and blah, blah, blah. And if you're, liberal, you're going to get things saying liberal and the Trumpers are evil or whatever. And at the end of it, they say the goal is to create civil war. That's the end game. QAnon's part of that. And QAnon absolutely has been infiltrated, if not designed by the intelligence community. And believe me, the intelligence community has gotten inside the Proud Boys, Black Lives Matter, QAnon, all of them, just to get everyone fighting with each other. That's the whole purpose. Wait. Has the Nobel Prize become ironic, or was it always this way? I don't know, Kate. I remember it being like pretty. I remember it was like a thing like, wow, this is amazing. The Nobel Prize. They really worked hard, but like all things, they get hijacked by the neoliberals and they just become this thing to push war. Hello, Sam Dean. Derek Morris, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. The oligarchs have taken complete control of our institutions. That's why we must do our work outside of the system, the two-party and justice systems. Absolutely. That's part of the reason why I'm a big advocate for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I tell everybody, I'm not a financial expert. Do your own research, but I'm starting to move, more money into crypto. I've got Bitcoin, I've got Ethereum, and I've got Rockfin because I'm going to start buying some of these new coins that are like 4 or 5 cents each, because if they jump up, there's money to be made. Because as I talk about the economic collapse that is coming, it's coming. That's why I would do a lot of research and start moving some money into crypto, right? So I have Coinbase is an exchange. It's a very entry-level exchange, I'm learning. And I do have a referral code. If you want to put a little money on it to learn about it, it's good. But I'm learning Coinbase is sort of the PayPal of, but it's good to kind of get your feet wet and figure out how to trade and look at stuff. But I'm hearing from people like Susie Dawson, who learned a lot about crypto back in like 2014 or 15 or something like that. And other people, like we've had Christy I on the show about finding these other exchanges, because apparently Coinbase is sort of the PayPal, like they can lock you out, and there's, all this other stuff. All these crypto YouTubers that I watch, Da Vinci, The Moon, Altcoin Daily, Crypto Casey, they're all like living in Dubai and all these other countries. Like they got out of the banking, the central banks. And so, Bruce Wayne is a capitalist in the military business. I know. Daniel Values. Boom, Dan. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Rotate him for truth. Alfred Nobel, the inventor of nitroglycerin, dynamite, and triggers. Nobel Peace Prize. Wow. Thank you. I have over 10,000 Bitcoin right on. Hijacked. And I'm watching all these Bitcoin shows and all these like financial expert hedge fund people. They're all saying Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 a coin, $1 million a coin. It's going to go nuts. I don't know. It may or may not, but it's definitely going to keep going up. It'll come down a little bit, in my guess, when the markets crash, but it'll jump right back up because all these big companies got into it. Kate, what's up, Kate? She's our moderator. She's doing a fantastic job at making Gotham great again. My conservative Fox watching friend is convinced Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, AOC cabinet positions. I say no way any of them get anything. Warren, probably not. Bernie, maybe, but doubtful. I think AOC will. Because she's acquiesced enough. I don't know. She's starting to make a little noise about the Democratic Party not doing this and that, but I bet you they'll put her in there. Because then they can give up her seat to a corporate Democrat. You see that? So they might put, if they do put Bernie in there, it's just to like, hey, progressives, we're listening to you, when they're not. That's what AOC would be too. Hey, progressives. But I don't think they will. I mean, Biden's cabinet just keeps getting worse by the hour. I mean, it's just, oh, another oil lobby friend. Oh, somebody who loved drones. Oh, a Wall Street fucko. Oh, just full on Republicans. Great. Like, it's just the worst every moment. It just keeps getting worse. So. What are your thoughts on exit polls in the Democratic primary that indicate fraud against Bernie? Yeah, I think they cheated him. I think they cheated him in the primary. The Democrats cheat, the Republicans cheat. It's like, I'm sure. Miss Hendricks, who is Trump going to pardon next? Shaving knuckles of justice. Well, he pardoned the turkey today in that stupid ceremony they do every year. We all want him to pardon Julian Assange. It'd be great if he did that. And Snowden. And Chelsea Manning. But I don't know. I would love it if he did that. Yeah. Beware of Bitcoin scams. My friend lost 4,000. Do your research, friends. Yeah, I can. That's a great point, Cheyenne. And I just want everybody to understand, like, do your research on how to do it. Don't let anybody email. It's make sure you've got wallets and do all this research before you do that, and don't let anybody email you and go, hey, I'll help you with this. Or have you ever tried mining? Because it's a scam. Be careful. Thank you, Cheyenne, for that. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, let's do another segment. I want to do a segment. Take control, super chat. Take control, yep, oh, here it comes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Yeah, you're making Gotham great again. Trump ran on an anti-interventionist campaign. He said he was going to pull us out of all these wars. Never did. He's drawn down the troops, but that's just a token gesture. John Bolton and, that psycho crowd have been actively trying to get it. Look, the ruling class, the deep state, the military industrial complex at the behest of the oil companies have been trying to get into Iran for years. So we've been trying to bomb them. We've been trying to get it going. I mean, I talked about a year or so ago, all these false flags, the Strait of Hormuz, we all know is the false flag highway. Oh, Iran shot down one of our drones. You mean the drone that was flying in Iranian airspace and they had every right to do that, right? They kept trying to push it and trying to push it. So now this is what just reported. Yeah. Israeli military instructed to prepare for Trump strike on Iran report. And this just came out November 25th. And the reasons are, they won't, they're trying to build nukes. And I'm not saying the Iranian government is some benevolent bunch of people, but let's be real clear on Iran. They have a lot of oil and they've never given it up. Back in 1953, Mossadegh was a democratically elected leader of Iran. He wanted to nationalize his oil, meaning whenever they sell their oil, he's going to give the dividends, the money to the people. The oil was going to pay for them to have great schools and all this other stuff. The same way that other evil regime did the state of Alaska. Yeah. I don't know if you still get that, but I know people who grew up in Alaska, and the oil pipeline, the Alaskan pipeline that was built in the 50s or 60s, every Alaskan citizen got money. So that's all Mossadegh wanted to do. And the newly formed CIA staged a coup and put in a American-friendly, brutal dictator to the Shah of Iran, who tortured people. We didn't care that he tortured his own people. We didn't care. We let it happen. It's the same old story. So Pompeo and Bolton and these psychos. I mean, look, Hillary would have invaded Iran if she was president. No two ways about it. I'm amazed Obama didn't go in there. And Joe Biden's going to try to get in there if it's not already happening because of Trump. But this is this is what they want. They got to have it. They got to have this. So this is alarm. But so get ready for some type of false flag, an explosion on one of our bases, and it's tied to Iran. Just get ready for that. But we're ramping up. Senior Israeli officials told the outlet that the Israeli government instructed military commanders to prepare for a potential strike during the very sensitive period between now and when President-elect Joe Biden takes office on January 20th. Israel is reportedly making preparations with the expectation that they would receive advance notice from the U.S. regarding any military action. The New York Times reported last week that President Trump was considering a military strike against Iran in an attempt to stop Tehran's growing nuclear program. No stimulus plan, but we got money for war. People lining up for food lines in cities all across America, miles long, but we got money for war. Trump saying, I'm not going to concede the election, more distraction bullshit, because this is what they really want. It's more war. So I bet you if the economy collapses before January 20th, that's when we're going to need to give Iran some freedom. It's either that or Trump is like, I'm not leaving. Even though he's starting to get pressure, the GSA said, Biden won. They've done all these recounts, right? Trump is clinging to that. He's got Rudy Giuliani with oil leaking from his head saying Venezuela. It's just as crazy as Russiagate. Both parties cheat. Both parties are pieces of shit. It's a distraction. Because this is the end game. This is the real end game. The war machine always goes on. How many times have I talked about there's some distraction, impeachment, whatever, and then there's some war happening or some opening up this area to drilling or whatever. So the two reasons, if it's just by Trump, it's because, all right, I want to distract. I mean, I'm not going to leave, so there's going to be some attack on American soil potentially. And we have to respond. So I'm going to stay in power. We won't do the swearing in just yet. He might try that. That just might be a crazy Trump tactic. Or more than likely, this is a calculated military industrial complex, deep state move that Trump is a part of. The Trump supporters who think he's outside of that is laughable. He's not. He's part of it. The Democrats, there's no difference between these two awful parties. They both bomb. Trump has been bombing all these countries. And everyone's like, he didn't bomb any new ones. Thanks. It's good stuff. Because this funds everything. We got to keep the war machine going. So if they can somehow rally Americans around another bullshit attack, war, to distract us from the fact that our government doesn't care about us. There's no stimulus. We got one $1,200 check. Okay, some people have gotten unemployment, but that's run out. They didn't do rent forgiveness. They just said, oh, you can't, you can't get evicted, but everybody's still back. If you haven't been paying your rent the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you still owe all that money. And that ends January 1st. Unemployment runs out December 26th. And the eviction freeze ends January 1st. And they're pushing us into some kind of fight civil war thing. So just be real leery of this, because the military industrial complex pays it, and the corporate media is not going to tell you about this. Why? Because defense contractors run ads like this on MSNBC. Look at that, exciting. Is that like fun? Exciting world. What is this? Computers? New Apple? New smartphone? Whole video game system? Raytheon.
We see these beautiful pictures at night from the decks of these two U.S. Navy vessels.
That's killing people. Innocent people are dying. Those are rockets that could be spent for a school.
I am tempted to quote the great Leonard Cohen.
Hey, there's your stimulus check. Hey, look, that could pay off anybody back on rent. Everyone should have been able to, we should have got a $3,000 a month UBI so we could all pay our rent. No one would be back on rent. Oh, there's forgivable, there's just grants for small businesses, not low interest loans, just money, just free money, the way they give to Wall Street. Look, there's free money to keep. We're going to tell small businesses you got to stay closed. Okay. Here's money for that. I just want to point out these are dollars. These are American tax dollars that could go. You have a restaurant, you have a nail salon, you run a gym, and you've got to be closed because of COVID-19. Well, if you were paid, it wouldn't matter. We're going to give you, what's your operating expenses? We're going to give you all that money, pay your employees, just stay home, stay safe, wear a mask. Okay, everyone would do that. We'd have no mask fights. We'd have no fights to protest to open things up. Just
guided by the beauty of our weapons.
paid to say that. Raytheon buys ad time. So Brian Williams says that.
Team creating trusted, innovative solutions
to make the world a safer place.
No, you make the world worse. Raytheon makes the world worse. It's all money that could be spent. So if you're standing in a food line, to get your Thanksgiving meal.
They are beautiful pictures of fearsome armaments making what is for them a brief flight over to this airfield.
Mission success is confirmed.
Like a video
The proven
game.
Block 4 weapon system with an advanced suite of sensor technologies, data link, and multi-effect warhead make Raytheon's Tomahawk Block 4 a
So when you're waiting in line to get your family a Thanksgiving dinner because you can't afford one, you got to go to a food bank. Just think about the Tomahawk missile and all of its rated advanced data link bullshit, waste of money systems. Do you got crushing student loan debt? The president could just forgive that. 85% of all student loan debt is federal. So the president, any president, Biden, Trump, whomever, could just write a thing. You don't have to pay it anymore. Every American could be put to work with the Green New Deal. Nope. About to get evicted? Just remember, we got a Tomahawk with data link, uplink, bomb capability to destroy poor people who didn't deserve it at all. But Joe Biden to the rescue.
There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberal. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling. You take him for a friend.
Why am I bringing that up in the middle of this? Because white neoliberals, or just neoliberals of any ethnicity who think Obama was great, dropped all these bombs. They've allowed this to happen. And if Trump goes to war with Iran before Biden is sworn in, the only criticisms Trump will get is that it's not the right kind of war. If he does get a criticism from liberals and CNN and, oh, he's being haphazard in his warness, they won't be like, why is he going to war? Or more than likely, they'll line up alongside of him and go, Trump's being very presidential. Remember when Fareed Zakaria, when Trump became president today, when he 4 months into his term, April of 2017, when Trump bombed Syria, and Fareed Zakaria said Trump became president today. When he bombed Syria, that's how you become president. That's when you become a real president, when you bomb poor people for no reason so oil companies make money and the American people continue to starve while billionaires enjoy record profits. That's when you become president. So guess what? When we attack Iran, not if, when, I've been talking about this for a year, it's coming. Joe Biden will line up and say, Trump did what he had to do. We're working with him and we will transition to keep this war going when I get sworn in. Because war is a racket.
Smedley Butler, a U.S. Marine Corps General Major who was the most decorated Marine at the time of his death, stated it well when he wrote,
I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service, and during that period, I spent most of my time as a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street and the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. I helped make Mexico safe for American oil interests. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys to collect revenues in. I helped in raping of half a dozen Central American republics for the benefit of Wall Street. I helped purify Nicaragua for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for the American sugar interests. I helped make Honduras right for the American fruit companies. In China, I helped see to it that Standard Oil went on its way unmolested. Looking back on it, I might have given Al Capone a few hints. The best that he could do was operate his racket in 3 districts. I operated on 3 continents. War is a racket. It always has been. A few profit and the many pay. But there is a way to stop it. You can end it by disarmament conferences. It can be smashed effectively only by taking the profit out of war.
That's hard to do. These are, the red line is all the donations to Trump from the military, and the blue is Biden. Department of Defense gave more to Biden. So we know more wars coming no matter what. So even if Trump somehow doesn't invade Iran before January 20th, Biden will. And the American people will go along with it. And you'll have more people like Brian Williams and Joy-Ann Reid, especially if Biden does it. If Trump does it, they'll go, well, Trump had to. This is, I'm glad he came to his senses and he's going to concede. But this is what a president has to do. He has to bomb till his last day. And if Trump doesn't and Biden does it, then they'll be like, yes, war is okay when a Democrat does it. When a Republican does it, Democrats say, oh, they're not bombing it the right way. Remember when Trump tried to pull out of Syria and they're like, he's going to destabilize the region. He just got, for bringing the troop counts down. I did this video last week for bringing the troop counts down in Iraq and Afghanistan. He got smeared by Democrats and Republicans. Mitch McConnell said it. We'll all be fed the bullshit. I've showed you this before. The propaganda multiplier. White House, CIA, Pentagon. Feed the news agencies. It sprinkles down to all these corporate outlets. And then the masses gobble it up. But you're smarter than that. That's why you come here. Thanks for watching the show. I'll keep bringing it to you straight. My heart weeps for the people of Iran that this is going to happen to them. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve this. Even if their government is awful, there's no way the Iranian government is worse than the American government. No way. No way. Are they bombing 7 countries? Because we are. We've been sanctioning Iran during the pandemic, making COVID worse. They don't deserve it. You deserve a better government. The world deserves a better leader. And it doesn't matter if it's Trump or Biden. Both parties are run by the military-industrial complex. And both parties are fed, of course, by these. So, thanks for watching the show, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. I helped the Banana Boys. 412 watching, ladies and gentlemen. 490. He pardoned Flynn today, right? Aaron Rowland, let's see. Happy Thanksgiving, Amanda. All right, so some of the super chats didn't make it through. I'll read them here. Aaron Rowland, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thank you much for everything you do. Love and peace. Thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate it. I love doing the show. Thanks, everybody. Miss Hendricks, he pardoned Flynn today. Of course he did. And a turkey, but not Julian Assange, which he should do. Karen Murphy, do the song Georgia tonight in Graham. You got this. All right, Karen, you got it. Georgia, it will be done. Harry C. Smith. It's okay. Women run Raytheon, etc. War is feminist. Oh, I know. That's the other thing. You know, all the top 5 defense companies are all, the CEOs are all women. White women, of course. Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Raytheon. Diversity. That's the diversity of the ruling class. That's a lie told, oh, we're making progress. The only progress that's being made is more profit off of war while average American people suffer, and people in these countries are fucking set on fire. It's awful. There's no real progress. We got a woman in charge of Boeing. That'll things will be better if we get women in charge. No, we need to get rid of, I'm all for women in charge, but not awful women in charge of an awful industry. Putting a woman in charge of the CIA isn't going to change the CIA. We need to get rid of the CIA. When will people tell the truth about Thanksgiving? Well, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. On a midnight train to Georgia. Yeah, it wasn't, the natives and the pilgrims had this great meal together. No, the pilgrims did awful things, took the land. Horrible. Graham, remember the indigenous women I talked about recently? She now lives on a reservation in northern New York, and her small group is acting to save an endangered mussel. You got this. Cool. Thanks for telling us. It was a day of Thanksgiving because they just defeated the savages, which means they killed a lot of natives and were celebrating. Yeah, it was awful. Miss Hendricks, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. What do you think of linking stimulus money with COVID-19 vaccine? Oh, God. Yeah, they'll probably do something like that. I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, we got a climate denier. Oh, great. Good luck. How is it you're such a sucker for propaganda paid for by the oil lobby? How can you not see through that they are the ones that will suffer the most financially? If the whole world goes, yeah, we need to get off of oil, they lose all this money. How is it you're such a sucker for the fact that the oil industry in 1977 did their own internal study in 1977? Their own scientist at Exxon did this study, came back and said, oh man, burning of fossil fuels is causing global warming, which is what they called it back then, not climate change. And Exxon went, oh my God, this is pretty serious. So they did another study in the early 80s, found out it's even worse than they thought the first time, and then started to hide it. And then starting in the late 80s, started funding climate denial. These are all facts. So anyone who believes that climate change isn't real, you're literally repeating oil lobby propaganda that they have been spending billions of dollars on since the 80s. They did their own internal study and went, uh-oh, and then covered it up. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes me a sucker because there's facts. You don't want to, all right. Just make renewables more profitable than fossil fuels. Yeah. Ireland is fully divesting from fossil fuels so it can be done. That's great. Yeah, the climate crisis is worse than most people realize. That's absolutely true. Good night, Amanda. Right, I did that segment. To that one. I did a third one. Joe Biden. Oh, Nicole. All right, Rose Climb Pink. Got it. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, look at the Marshall Islands. When are you going to join our Bitcoin group on Telegram, Graham? I'm going to make a pest of myself. All right. I don't know what Telegram is. GT Taveman. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Love the show, Graham. As someone who spent most of their life studying the weather and the environment, I thank you for being a fighting voice with us. Yeah, I know. There's all this science and all this facts out there, and then you just see how effective the propaganda is when someone's like, climate change isn't real, and they're literally reading facts that were funded by the oil lobby, which is just like, they don't see the obvious. Of course they're going to say, it's like when the CTE thing came out that said, head collisions in football are awful, and the NFL covered it up because it'll hurt their $1 billion business. It's just like, I don't know why people get it's just so simple. There's a lot of money to be made. This thing is actually not good for the environment. A bunch of scientists said it's not good for the environment. So rather than go, oh, wow, we should change this, they lie about it to keep making money because they're dumb and greedy and selfish. And then people buy it because they have very sophisticated propaganda. It's amazing to me. Blanca Alvarado, what's up? Shaving Knuckles for Justice, Blanca. I hope you're doing well. Happy pre-Thanksgiving, Graham. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Thank you so much. I thought tackles was avocado levels of healthy. Adam Gray, what's up? SoCal traffic insane tonight. Mass infections coming. Oh, man. I'm just staying inside. Yeah, Koch brothers perfected the art of paid for studies supporting your position. I know. You see all the money they spend on climate denial, all the money these big oil companies and the Koch brothers who have so much money in fossil fuel, all the money they spent on studies and research, that's all bullshit. It's just like the tobacco lobby did this. Like, it's people fall for it. It's unbelievable. Happy Thanksgiving from Mexico. Thank you, Kathy. All right, everybody. Oh, man. All right, there's one other thing I wanted to do. Shit. Oh, here it is. Oh, white nationalist is back. When Germans become will you admit you're a bigot? No, it's not. You don't understand race again, John. You keep coming here and wasting your money. I don't agree with you. And my uncle fought Nazis in World War II. And you refuse to learn and understand anything. But you want to give me money, that's fine. I'm a bigot. If Germany... Oh, John, have you ever hung out with anybody from different ethnicities? You ever done anything like that? Probably not. You're being propagandized, my friend. You've been lied to and propagandized. Mexico legalized weed. That's good. Progressives commit genocide. How? When? Yes, Mona Kate is here. I hope she was here. It's amazing to see the propaganda machine work when people say climate change didn't happen or anything. It's all to keep us divided. So when you say something like that just so clearly doesn't make any sense, you're just feeding the ruling classes thing to keep us divided, right? Divided by race, divided by climate change. It's amazing to me how quickly people fall for it. Barbara Lawrence, like people, yay, Biden's going to be better than Trump. All right, good luck. More wars coming. Shave your knuckles for justice. 100% accurate, Adam Gray. Wishing all you the best, Graham. Shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you, Barbara. Miss Hendricks. Mardona, aka Hand of God, End of an Era. Oh, yeah. He was amazing. They won that one World Cup in 86. Great soccer player. Great soccer player. What's up? Tia Wheeler, right on. Division is bad because it divides. I don't know, John. Maybe keep spending money to argue with me. Oh, so great. Let's see. Oh, there was that one story I wanted to do. Damn it, I can't find it. Where was that? Ah, dang it. Jesus. All right. Dang it. I thought I had this one. What's up, everybody? How could people not vote for Bernie? Free healthcare, tuition, and ending wars. I don't get it. He must have been cheated. I know. He had all these people voting for him. So it just oh, you're one of those cyclical folks. Oh, holy shit. That's great. I love when someone makes a statement that just shows that they're wrong. Oh, God. Do you know Kim Iverson had to make a video dedicated to answering why she's not a Dave Rubin style grifter? Any comments on that? No, I haven't seen that. I like Kim. I don't agree with everything she says, but I haven't watched her videos in a little while, so I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on, but never heard of Maradona. Looked it up, and I ended up with a soccer player. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, he's an amazing soccer player. He helped Argentina win the World Cup in 1986. I think that's their only cup, or maybe they won one in the 50s or something. I forget. I'm amazed they never won one with Messi. Messi is like one of the best players I've ever seen in my life, and I'm amazed they never won with him. Farkas Garvey, what's up, Farkas? Biden will show us great empathy and never tweet. Right. And then the Vote Any Blue Will Do crowd will go to brunch. Only like, see, at least he's better than Trump. We're going to listen to that for 4 years. At least he's better than Trump. His tweets will be nice. He'll still be bombing everybody. He'll still be deporting people. Because Obama and Biden deported 3 million people. They put people in cages. They separated families, just like Trump did. Dropped more bombs than Bush, bailed out the banks, didn't put any bankers in jail. In Iceland, they put the CEOs, the bankers, the corrupt bankers in jail. They're in jail right now in Iceland. Obama and Biden didn't do that. But his tweets will be nice. And the liberals will go back to brunch. Back to brunch. Shh, 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 shh. You did it. You got off your ass and you voted. And now it's back to brunch, back to brunch, back to brunch. Shh, 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 shh. Go back to brunch. It's okay. Yeah. Yes, liberals, you're the ones that actually block true left progressive policies. You're the ones. You're the problem. You are the problem. It's not conservatives. There's not enough of them. If liberals joined progressive, spent just half as much time holding the Democratic Party accountable as they do blaming progressives, we actually would see real change. We would already have, like, Bernie probably he'd be our president. And Bernie just won a second term because we all have free healthcare and free college. And, we're ending these wars. And it's great. All these people are working. All these and Bernie won in a landslide in his second term because all these red state people, his policies help them. All these people that voted for Trump are now like diehard Bernie fans because Bernie policy helps working class people, working class white people, Black, Latino, Asian, it doesn't matter. That's where we'd be at right now. If liberals didn't get in the way of everything, we would have Bernie Sanders as our president. Just won his second term. But the Democrats cheated him and Bernie just let him do it. He's partially to blame. Not all. But the liberals that go along with this, that have no problem with the Democrats cheating in their own primary. None. When Hillary lost, they should have revolted against that party. No, they didn't. And people are like, oh, Graham, you're just a diehard Bernie guy. No, I'm not. I've been very critical of Bernie. I'm a diehard Medicare for all guy. I'm a diehard $15 an hour minimum wage guy. I'm a diehard ending all of these ridiculous wars guy. I'm a diehard cut the military budget in half and spend it on the American people guy. I'm a diehard student debt forgiveness guy. I'm a diehard let companies like Amazon that pay $0 in taxes, let them actually pay taxes guy. I'm a diehard free college guy. That's a diehard I am. And I don't care who has that policy. I was reluctant to actually get behind Bernie in 2016 because I was like, God, he's kind of old. Again, he's old. Biden's too old. Trump's too old. They're too old. Like, they give us a young, hip, progressive Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is a naval intelligence officer that is as neoliberal corporate warmongery as you can find. Same with Kamala. Fake progressive Liz Warren. Like, oh God, this party is so bad. And the liberals that get mad at us. Liberals get mad at us for holding the Democratic Party accountable. I've never seen anything this crazy in my life. They're crazier than the Trump supporter that says Trump never lies. They're crazier than them. I don't know. I don't know what's crazier. It's a toss-up. Hey, we want all these good things that the majority of Americans want. Poll at 72% of Fox people in a Fox News exit poll. Do you want government-supported, government-run healthcare? Was the Fox News question, which is a loaded question. It's a bullshit question. Medicare for all is not government-run healthcare. That's not how Medicare for works. Medicare is just how it's paid for. You can go to whatever doctor you want. They send you a bill. The government, Medicare, comes in and says, no, we're not paying. That's too expensive. We're going to pay. It's not $2,000. It's $500, and we'll pay the $500, and that's it. That's why the healthcare lobby is so against it. That's why the big pharmaceutical companies are so against it. We could have all these things, but liberals get in the way. Graham, I thought you were liberal. You know, I used to call myself a liberal years ago. I don't anymore. I'm an anti-war, pro-labor, pro-environment socialist. Socialist, Graham, you like Stalin? No, that's not what socialism is. It means workers own the means of production. You can't have a free market with socialism. Yes, you can. You can have two stores where the workers own the means of production. The worker-owned cooperatives can be competitive, and they need to have competitive pricing and marketing and products and sales and blah, blah, blah. You can have all that. You can have all that. You can have all that. But then you wanted this country to become like communists. Tell me one time socialism worked. Tell me one time. Every country in Western Europe since World War II. All of them. We could have all those things. Liberals get in the way. Hardline conservatives, there's not enough of them. People who call themselves conservatives or red state voters, they just do that because there's no populist policies that help them. NAFTA, plans like that have screwed them over. So they're done with the Democratic Party. They're just done. If you came to them with a people's party, like a movement for a people's party, and said, here are all these policies. Bernie Sanders was polling ahead of Trump in Fox News polls a year ago. Fox viewers were more excited about Bernie. But the liberals got in the way. The liberals got in the way. And all I've been doing has been critical of Joe Biden, and I'll continue to. And now when you're critical of Joe Biden, at least he did Trump. That's their only excuse. Or don't hold his feet to the fire. Hold on. Wait till. Well, I thought you said we're going to pull him to the left. That's what you said, Graham. Don't criticize him during the general election. Wait till Biden gets elected, and then we'll pull his feet to the fire. Okay, he won. Trump's gone. Your boogeyman's gone. I want to hold Joe Biden to the fire now because his cabinet is full of right-wing picks. Republicans, people get money from oil lobby, people that were the drone queen under Obama. Heidi Heitkamp, who's oil lobby people, worked on her senatorial campaign as a Democrat. She still lost in 2018. So now I can't be critical of Biden. Oh, Graham, don't be so... Just relax for 5 minutes. No, he's telling us who his cabinet's going to be. Now's the time to say, hey, we don't want this person in your cabinet. But Biden looked into the camera and said, I'm not going to ban fracking. Kamala looked into the camera at the VP debates and said, we're not going to ban fracking. So when there's more earthquakes in Oklahoma and Texas and Colorado where they frack, so when do we hold Joe Biden's feet to the fire? When do we do it? Not while he's putting cabinet picks in there? Oh, okay. You should be screaming from a mountaintop. You better put progressives in your cabinet. We want Warren, Bernie, AOC. That's who you should be saying we want in a cabinet. So when he doesn't do that, wait till he's sworn in. Okay. And then we wait till he's sworn in. Oh, Biden should be doing. Oh, wait. We got to win the midterms. Wait till he wins the midterms in 20. Then you can, when we get back, you see this bullshit? The liberals, you are the problem. You are the problem. You refuse to see how corrupt and evil the Democratic Party is. And you do that. Lesser of two evils is still evil. Liberals, you're okay with war. We used to have a thriving anti-war movement. When Bush was in office, Obama got elected, went to sleep. Liberals are like, but at least Obama was at least better than, I know Obama wasn't perfect, but he's better than Bush. Not if you lived in Libya, Syria, or Yemen. 85,000 dead children. Liberals are okay with that. Obama and Biden deported 3 million people. Liberals are okay with that. Obama did nothing about the Flint water crisis. Could have deemed it a national emergency. When the president says this is a national emergency, FEMA comes in, all this funding comes in. Nope. He did that stunt where he drank the water, bailed, did nothing, opened up the Arctic to drilling twice, let Standing Rock happen. This is Obama. This is Obama. This is why liberals are the worst. I voted for Obama and then went, wow, this guy was awful. Not a disappointment. I mean, he wasn't an A+. He was horrific. Dead end the left, dead end the anti-war movement, dropped more bombs than Bush. Do you know what that means? Do you know how many? 90% of his casualties were civilians. He killed civilians, but his tweets were nice. So you're okay with it, liberals. So you want to dance in the street for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who put 100,000 black men behind bars. She could have prosecuted Steve Mnuchin when she was Attorney General of the state of California, and she didn't. Liberals, you're the problem. You're the problem. You say you want these things, but you are not willing to fight them. You aren't willing to hold Democrats when they're in power. You're not willing to hold them accountable. Oh, the Democrats took over Congress in 2018. Okay, great. You should have been screaming at your Democrat elected Congress people that are in Congress. The Democrats have control of Congress. You should have been screaming at Nancy Pelosi and all those people. Vote for this, vote for that. I want progressive policies. You should be screaming for that. You're not going to. You should be like, the whole country wants Medicare for all. The whole country. Republicans, people who vote Republican overwhelmingly want Medicare for all. People who vote Democrat overwhelmingly want Medicare for all. The state of Florida voted overwhelmingly for $15 an hour minimum wage. They voted for Trump, and then more people voted to up the minimum wage. What does that tell you? So you won. Trump's gone. You can't blame us. You can't blame Burn Bros or Jill Stein or Susan Sarandon or Putin, or you can't blame any of those fucking people anymore. You can't blame them now. Now you got your White House. You got Joe Biden back. Are you going to hold them accountable, or are you going to go to brunch? My guess is you candy ass punk motherfuckers are going to go back to brunch. You're the problem. You allowed Clinton to be a millimeter to the left of the Republican Party. Obama was a Republican. You won't hold anyone to the left. The Republican Party has gone so far right, they're just full on fascist. And when the Democrats follow them, you're okay with it. No purity test. Don't make waves. Fight for something. How stupid are you? Fight for something. Demand Medicare for all. Demand it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. More people are going to get unemployed. People are going to lose their jobs. Maybe their company's been floated by SBA loans, or half in it, but the economy is going to crush. Then what? Their healthcare is tied to their job. So when they don't have healthcare, what are they going to get? What are they going to get? When the economy collapses in January or February, more than likely, what are we going to get? At least it's not Trump. Lesser of two evils. Lesser of two evils isn't going to pay isn't going to get you out of an eviction. When you get evicted on the street, is that when you're going to say, yay, diversity? The head of the CIA is a woman, Gina Haspel. She's a monster. She loves torturing. Get rid of the CIA. Stop loving the CIA. Liberals, centrist liberals, stop loving the CIA. They murder people all over the world. They rig elections. You know the thing that you accused Russia of? They rig elections. We do that the worst. The CIA is the worst at that. All right. You don't want to learn. You're no different than the Trump supporter who says Trump never lies. You're no different. And rather than hear that and go, wow, I need to reflect and look in the mirror and maybe change my views, you're going to just write something stupid in the comment section or on social media because you're a candy-ass crybaby who can't admit you're wrong, like a 5-year-old. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. All right. Tony DeMeo, what's up, Tony? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Thank you for supporting the show. Obama made things worse in Flint. Michael Moore covers it in his latest movie, yet he is still a DNC stooge. I know that's the thing that's so maddening about Michael Moore. He'll make these movies showing how Obama made things worse in Flint, and then come on and go, yeah, Joe Biden, because he's a Catholic, he's a good, honest man. No, he was vice president during all that, Michael. He's the worst. He's actually the fact that he makes these movies and then publicly endorses Biden shows you how I don't get it. And I don't have a lot of sympathy for him anymore. I really just don't. I just don't. Happy donut farts. Aha. Starship, Starshine, Star Dump. VP Pence is actually JFK Jr. wearing a tummy to noggin prosthesis. More surprises. Awesome. Thanks for supporting the show. Fracking is ecocide. Absolutely correct. Michael, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Have you read about the 5412 committee, Graham? Kamala Harris will be insane. I have heard a little bit about that, but I haven't done enough research on it. You're not the first person to bring it up, and I know I should do a little more reading on it, maybe do a video on it, but thank you. Farkas Garvey, yeah, Biden will show us great empathy and never tweet. Chad Smith, the progressives weren't genociding Europeans. The oligarchs couldn't use racial division to prevent resistance. Dude. There's like 15 contradictions in here. So the progressives are genociding Europeans. How are we doing it? By all that free healthcare they got over there? Is that how we're genociding them? Just focus on how awful the oligarchs are. The oligarchs are using racial divide that you're playing into to keep people divided, John, but keep giving the show money, brother. Fantastic. Michael Williams, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Graham, I'm all for Medicare for all and universal education, but stop calling it free. It's not free. It's paid for in tax money. I'm all for it, but it's not free. Okay, fair enough. But none of these wars are free. And if we pull back the money from the wars, your taxes shouldn't go up if we stop spending all this money on war. And the Federal Reserve just prints money. That's how they pay for all these, just print money. And if the billionaires and big corporations are paying for it, then working people like you and I, it is free for us. See? That's what I'm talking about. Strength is more. Jesus. Biden said day one he's going to authorize the Defense Production Act, tell companies to, and pay them to produce PPE. Oh, I hope that. I mean, that sounds fine. Maradona was also a great revolutionary folk hero of very humble origin who spoke truth to the U.S. empire, intimate friend of Fidel, Chavez, and other great leftist leaders. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that. Sam Dean, what's up, brother? Imagine as sung by Darien, just an idea made. Oh, we already had a suggestion, I think. Georgia on My Mind needs to be sung. That's what's up. But thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. I love you when I say imagine as Darien. That'd be awesome. Ryan Larson, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. The fact that a legitimate percent of Byrne voters want to abolish the CIA is the reason the establishment prefers Trump and fascists to us. Peace, brother. I know, it's a good point. We want to get rid of the CIA, so they're like, ooh, we need a fascist back in there. Time to shut down the economy, folks. All right. Tony DeMeo, boom. The CIA controls Hollywood and Washington, D.C. Yeah, that's true. The CIA has had offices in Hollywood since the late 40s, early 50s. They have script approval on like those big Marvel movies and stuff like that. Boom. Thank you. All right. Let's do that Georgia song. I got to eat. God, it's already so, man. We had a nice stream, guys. We had 473 likes. Let's get that over 500. All right. Just an old sweet song. Should I sing it as myself or Eddie Vedder or Shatner? How should we sing that? Boo, boo. Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia. Oh, this will be fun to sing. I love this song.
Grammarly can help
I
you
love
write
Ray
quickly
Charles,
and
too.
confidently.
This version's not that great. There we go. You took the upper hand over me, Graham. I'll have to consider whether it was a nice stream. Okay. Sing it Shatner. Straight up Ray Charles. Melissa H. $2 to see them vegan guns. Boom. $1 a gun. Boom, boom. Melissa H. Oh, you want a little extra horseshoe? There you go. Look at it. Tan, tight, crisp vegan gun. Boom. Doing all that genocide against Europeans. Sorry. Yourself and Shatner as you see fit. All right. Vetter. Oh, someone's doing his Vetter. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just AD Shaver Knuckles for Justice. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Really appreciate it. Tune C, you're making Gotham great again. Pigs on the wing. All right. Oh. All right. Let's just sing Georgia on My Mind. Oil them guns, Don Jr. All right. Tip your karaoke DJ, everybody. The Graham, your guns are scary. I hope no kids are watching. Buckle up, kids. There's vegan guns coming out of Gotham. Oh, yeah. Giving thanks. Vegan gun style. All right. Georgia. Oh, here we go, everybody. I might just sing it straight. I don't know. I just love Ray Charles. This song is beautiful. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving and recognize Indigenous people, and that Thanksgiving actually was a horrifying thing. And fuck Christopher Columbus. Here we go. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said in Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out for me. Other eyes smile. Still in peaceful dreams, I see the road leads back to you. Whoa, oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, Mr. Spawn. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams, I see the road leads back to you. Now it's sort of Bane. Oh, take control, Georgia. Take control. No peace, Georgia. No peace or fight. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia and the League of Shadows on my mind.
Oh my God, you guys, Darien, and I just said like an old sweet song, like, oh my God, Thoughts in Georgia's, like, keeps totally Georgia, like, on my mind. Like, Georgia and I are, like, total besties, and, like, it's so amazing. Like, oh my God, like, Georgia is, like, totally on my mind. So thanks, guys. Thoughts in Georgia's, keep Georgia on your mind. We're not shaming the other states. We're just really celebrating Georgia, you guys. So thanks, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thoughts and turkeys or vegans or whatever you're doing. So just like have like a super great Thanksgiving and, you know, just like make everything amazing because you guys are great. So Georgia's on my mind, everyone.
There, I did a mashup. I did a mashup of characters. Mitch is human still. Super sticker. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Moon over Georgia. Let's make sure I didn't miss any of the other super chats. Thank you everybody for supporting the show. Elizabeth Marino. Boom. LA woman. Oh. Just kayaking more to keep more vegan guns. That's right. LA woman, I'm around to soon. Rate me around to. Around to. What's up, Cat Stoops? That was one of my favorite karaoke's. You should tweet that out for like one day and then delete it. Mashup Flash. Happy Tofurkey Day, everybody. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Give thanks for all the things that are wonderful in your life. And I will go live tomorrow. I'm definitely going to go live tomorrow. I really, it's not really much for me to do tomorrow since everything's shut down. Moon shadow. If I could find $1,000,000 times, I'm not gonna play with all that. I don't know the words to Moon Shadow. I just started singing it. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody over on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. That song always reminds me of Late Great Little Dog whose name was Georgia. Oh, Miss Callie. Oh, man. Good night, Independent Left Nude, Tangerina Hayes, America's Mayor. Thank you so much. Puff Adderall, Bane singing Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London. All right, everyone. Have a great Indigenous celebration and Tofurkey eating day. Give thanks in a happy Indigenous celebration and Tofurkey Day. Thank you so much. Thumbs up for the Native Americans, Indigenous people in the house. Right on. Vegan Guns for Justice, baby. Shave your knuckles now. If you're going to give thanks about one thing, give thanks to Shave Knuckles for Justice. You're making Gotham great again. Thanks, everybody. It's great to have discussions, even debates. Unless you're crazy. Unless you keep bringing up something that you know I'm not going to agree with. Thank you so much. Friday is Native American Heritage Day. I will go live tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow. And I think I got to see what Lee's doing, but I think we're going to do government secrets on Friday. Oh, snap. So have a wonderful time, everybody. I'm going to go talk to my stuffed animals. Other eyes reach out to me. Other super chats smile tenderly. And yet through the peaceful trees I see the road leads back to Gotham.